This is the FM Gold channel of All India Radio. In the program News Analysis, now we bring you a discussion on High Court's verdict on 1984 riots. The participants are Ashok Tandon, political analyst, and Ajay Banerjee, journalist.
Today, the Delhi High Court announced life imprisonment to Congress MP Sajjan Kumar for his role in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. Tandon said it has taken 34 years and for the first time a senior leader has been punished for his alleged role in the riots. How do you see things panning out in the future? There are other names also pending against whom cases are pending, and why it has taken 34 years?
In 2013, the trial court, which was going into all the cases of atrocities against the Sikhs in the 1984, it had acquitted Mr. Sajjan Kumar, and it had said that there was no evidence that his involvement was there. And the CBI, which filed an appeal against this lower court's order, and that happened after the Narendra Modi government came to power. And in October, the High Court had given a judgment all these issues, but reserved its order in respect of Mr. Sajjan Kumar. So today's High Court order has come against the rule of Mr. Sajjan Kumar, and the High Court has found Mr. Sajjan Kumar guilty of instigating 1984 atrocities against Sikhs in Delhi, and imprisonment for life has been given to him. But while making this pronouncement, High Court has made two very pertinent observations which are very significant from the point of view of the justice system in India and the confidence of the people in our justice system. And one of these observations is that High Court has said, these are not my words, the High Court says that criminals in this case have enjoyed political patronage and active steps were taken to protect Mr. Sajjan Kumar. And it's a very significant thing for judiciary to pronounce in respect of an accused whom they have sent to life imprisonment. And at the same time, High Court has said it is important to assure the victims that despite the challenges, truth will prevail and justice will be done. This is an assurance coming from Indian judiciary to the citizens of this country, so that there is no erosion among the people in judicial system of our country. So in the light of that, we have to see the judgment that today justice has been done. The confidence of the people in judiciary has been restored, as you very rightly said. A senior person who was a member of Lok Sabha at that time in 1984, a justice has been done when otherwise, the people were thinking only fringe elements are being convicted, but no big leader whose role was very apparent at that time has been taken to task. Today the High Court has said no, the role of Mr. Sajjan Kumar in instigating the mobs in 84 is established, and therefore we are sentencing him to life imprisonment. Now Mr. Sajjan Kumar has time till December 31 to surrender. Meanwhile, of course, he is free to go to Supreme Court and apply for bail, but I think this landmark judgment will go a long way in restoring people's confidence in Indian judiciary. Now all sorts of reactions have come. Nobody has come in defense of Mr. Sajjan Kumar. Congress party has also distanced itself from Mr. Sajjan Kumar. As Mr. Kapil Sibal said, that was the reason why we denied ticket to him. He is not holding any office in the Congress party. In fact, the Punjab Chief Minister, Captain Amarinder Singh, has welcomed it, and the judgment has been welcomed by Delhi Chief Minister Mr. Kejriwal. Mr. H.S. Fulka, he was a senior counsel, and he has been fighting this case for a very long time. He has also expressed satisfaction. In fact, one of the Union Minister, Mr. Hardeep Puri, has appreciated the role and contribution of Mr. Fulka in getting justice.
Tandon Sahab, it looks as if till 2015, when the Special Investigation Team was formed by the Narendra Modi government, this was a lonely battle for the victims of those 1984 riots against the Sikhs in Delhi. How things changed in 2015 when the SIT was formed?
It was one of the election promises of the BJP, if I may say so, NDA, of which Akali Dal is a party, and they had promised that if we come to power, we will do justice, and that's why an SIT was set up in 2015. But at the same time, let's not forget that during the Delhi election, the Aam Aadmi Party leader, Mr. Kejriwal, had also promised that if in return to power, his party will also do it. So therefore, it was not that somebody was trying to politically distance itself. But as has been alleged by the High Court, without naming any party, the High Court has said that he did enjoy political patronage. So today, all Congress leaders have distanced themselves from Mr. Sajjan Kumar, but Mr. Arun Jaitley, the Union Finance Minister, has said that the justice for the victims of 84 was buried by the Congress and the NDA has restored fairness and accountability. So that means he is squarely blaming the Congress party for denying justice to the victims of the atrocities.
Tandon Sahab, repeatedly several commissions have named several big people, which included HKL Bhagat, Jagdish Titler. One commission even named Kamal Nath and of course Sajjan Kumar. They recommended registration of FIRs in cases against those people. Mr. Bhagat is dead, Titler is around and Kamal Nath is around. How do you think that things can change for them, and what should be the role of the CBI or the investigating agency, especially the SIT in this case, when commissions have gone into it and recommended registration of FIRs?
Well, if we go by what the Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, said today, that it's an irony that the person whom the Sikh community in the country believes that he was also a culprit was sworn in as the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister today. The indication obviously is toward Mr. Kamal Nath, whom today many Sikh organizations have actually openly accused him of being one of those who also instigated the riots. But Kamal Nath, in a statement today, said that so far he has never been named in any commission or FIR. It's only allegation by Sikh community. Therefore, it is up to the government or even the individual to take up the case if any FIR is filed against him. But Congress has defended Mr. Kamal Nath. They said so far Kamal Nath's name has not appeared, he has not been accused in the sense that no charge sheet has been filed. But the fact remains, the issue of Kamal Nath's alleged involvement has cropped up again, and that's why we saw many Sikhs on the streets of Delhi protesting against Kamal Nath's being sworn in as the Chief Minister. So will that be taken forward by the Sikh community, their leaders, or even Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, or by the Akali Dal is yet to be seen. But as of now, today, the main satisfaction to the entire Sikh community is that justice has been done because a senior person has been found guilty.
Tandon Sahab, do you see this as an emotional closure for the Sikh community which has been affected by this riots in 1984 which happened after the death of then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi? Do you see it as an emotional closure?
I don't think so, because as I said earlier, whenever these cases were investigated, people were accusing Sajjan Kumar and Jagdish Titler, as you very rightly said earlier, Mr. HKL Bhagat also, and to some extent Kamal Nath. So unless they are fully satisfied, say for instance what happens to Titler, or in case any further probe which is against Mr. Kamal Nath, so I think this issue will never die down, because there can't be any sense of satisfaction, because the fact remains, the unfortunate part of Indian history is that there was a massacre of Sikhs, and that can never be forgotten by the Sikh community in particular, but I think the country as a whole, because it was a blot on the Indian society as a whole. Why such things should occur at all in a democratic society? So it not only needs condemnation, but there is a message in a High Court judgment when it says that we have to assure the victim. These victims could be of any community. So therefore, whenever there will be some unlawful activity, obviously these issues will come up. So therefore, it's a message for the entire society that why such things should happen in a country like India. Therefore, I don't think the Sikh community in particular can forget it at all. I doubt very much. It will remain there in their minds for all times to come, although even now, as you said, how many years have passed. But another issue which you said, what about any further compensation to the victim? Because many victim families are still around, and just because Sajjan Kumar has been convicted, is it enough compensation for them, or they do need something more? That also is for the governments to think about it. I think in the past certain steps have been taken, but I am not sure whether all these things have satisfied the victim's family. So victim and their families is one aspect of it, but the entire Sikh community is another issue, and the entire society also, because all of us in the Indian society have to ponder over such unfortunate incidents. We can't shy away and just saying that it happened and it was very unfortunate. No, we all need to, in fact, hang our head in shame and assure the entire country that such things should never happen again. So that lesson also needs to be given to everybody. So therefore, I don't think these things can die down easily.
But Tandon Sahab, when we talk of the 1984 riots, there is always talk of loss of property also of these families. When we have spoken about this, you have mentioned about compensation. Do you think the next step is about doing a realistic assessment? You say the governments have to take care of that. They have to see what is to be done. Loss of property, especially of people in South Delhi and other places, expensive homes, people's human lives were lost, properties were burned down, and also people who lost their vehicles and other stuff, shops, people became penniless.
Sure, I agree with you, but as I said, these are things for, number one, what are the demands of the victims and their families, whether those demands have been met fully or partially by the Delhi government or by the central government, and what all has been done so far and what more needs to be done. I think that issue should be discussed and debated by the government as well as on the pleas of the victims. So I don't know what sort of applications or requests are pending with the government and whether these are being looked into. But as far as today's verdict is concerned, it is, although justice is delayed, but I think it has not been denied and justice has been done.
Tandon Sahab, I'll remind you, you made a very interesting reference that Captain Amrinder Singh, the Chief Minister of Punjab, has said, welcomed the judgment of life imprisonment to Mr. Sajjan Kumar. And also what Kapil Sibbalji has said, you have mentioned that. You have also mentioned other quotes of other Congress leaders who have literally washed their hands of Sajjan Kumar. In 2013, when he got a clean chit, you remember Mr. Chidambaram had actually welcomed the clean chit. Is this a change of strategy by the Congress?
No, it is quite obvious when a Congress leader gets a clean chit by any court, obviously the Congress leaders would welcome it. But today, when finally the High Court has in fact reversed this trial court judgment and found him guilty, again the Congress leader's reaction is that justice has been done. In fact, Mr. Sunil Jakhar, who is the son of veteran Congress leader Balram Jakhar, has said that no one is above law and the law has taken its own course. So any person who has been convicted should quit politics. So it's a very clear endorsement of the judgment. But as I said, that when a High Court pronounces a judgment and finds somebody is guilty, nobody can come to the accused defense. So that is exactly what Congress party has done. I have not seen so far any comment which is defending Mr. Sajjan Kumar. But I think Mr. Amrinder Singh's welcoming the judgment is slightly different from other Congress leaders saying that law has taken its own course. No, he has very categorically welcomed the judgment. And so has done the Aam Aadmi Party leader, Mr. Kejriwal. So therefore, and I think all of us really need to compliment Mr. Fulka for relentlessly fighting on this particular issue for the cause of the victim. So I am not very sure whether he has also given any application in the courts for some kind of compensation, as you said. But the fact remains that today the whole country, the Sikh community in particular, and the families of the victim, they must be, in fact, be very pleased that finally a senior person who was found guilty for involvement in those atrocities and massacre has been booked and he has been sentenced to life imprisonment.
We have an interesting chat with Mr. Tandon about the subject. Sajjan Kumar, a senior Congress leader, has been punished. For the first time, a senior leader has been punished for the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. And times have changed. Congress is now washing his hands off Sajjan Kumar, Captain Amrinder Singh, Kapil Sibbal. Everybody has welcomed the judgments. And besides that, the Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, Akali Dal Party has welcomed it. Times have changed. It thinks other leaders may also face similar trials and possible punishments from court. Thank you for speaking to us, Mr. Tandon.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on High Court's verdict on 1984 riots. The participants were Ashok Tandon, political analyst, and Ajay Banerjee, journalist. The program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. This program is also available on our website news.air.nic.in. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.